Welcome back, newsletter crew. We're going to talk about over the top today, such a common issue for so many golfers. This can be applied with driver or iron. I'm going to do it with my driver just to show you because I'm on the tee here. Great drill, having loads of success with students with this drill, and I want you to try it. So we're talking about going this way, so what people call over the top. So we're not really talking about steepening the shaft, but it can apply to that idea. It's more the direction of the club going. So lots of people think this shaft is steepening when it comes down this way because it looks steeper on your camera angle. But if I turn back round and face you, you're going to see it isn't. It's not. It's just the perspective of the 2D camera. That's the first thing that lots of people get wrong, which is where too much of this often doesn't help people. So we're talking about really the direction the club is coming on. So is it coming this way or is it coming this way? This angle here isn't actually changing. And for lots of you now, hopefully that is like blowing your heads and you're thinking, hang on, I've been laying clubs down for years. I've been told to lay down. Even I've done videos saying lay it down. But the more we measure, the more we find out it's not actually really for most golfers what's happening. Some it does, but for lots it doesn't. What we do find with golfers who want to come over the top, so want to come this way at the ball, is that they're not very well in sync with their upper body. Meaning what happens is they turn their upper body somewhat on the backswing. Then what they do is they're starting the downswing and completing the backswing. They really are quite quick to start opening up their shoulders, say back to target. So if we say this is 0, square, backswing closed, back to somewhere near 0, and then this is open. So from here you'd be opening your hips or your shoulders back up, if you like, back to 0. What we see from amateurs, the pattern is that they're very quick to open up and then they actually stall, which is why you see lots of these impacts, where what we see from really good golfers is they're a split second more delayed in trying to get their shoulders to turn back that way. They're actually keeping them not closed. They do start rotating them back that way, but way slower than amateurs, but then they're much quicker to then get out. So it's sequencing. Think, the amateurs very quick and then they stall with their shoulder and upper body turn. Pros, generally, they're kind of a little bit more delayed, like split seconds delayed on the downswing, and then they're really quick to get out. And obviously, the more delayed you are on the downswing, the more it encourages you to be quick to get out. So we need to work on that delay on the downswing. And the way you're going to do that is I actually want you to think about it. I want you to think about delaying it. So I want you to think as you start your downswing starts more with a shift to the lead side and a push down into your lead foot, with your back staying to the target. So it'll look as an exaggeration, this way, and then through. What we're seeing from the amateurs, like I say, is they're here, then trying to get through, but they can't anymore because they've opened up too early in that stall. So from this angle, we're gonna go here, that way. So you can practice this with an iron or a driver. See how I'm staying back to target to then come through. If you can get the feeling of that slight delay with your shoulders opening up on the downswing, but at the same time you have that pressure shift and that kind of really pushing into that foot. What we see from so many golfers is they're setting the club down here. They're not having to think about laying down. They're not having to think about dropping arms. They're not having to think about swinging out to 1 o'clock. What they're actually doing is using the way they turn their shoulders to influence the path of the club. And guess what? When golfers get dialed into thinking about something that's kind of bigger that they can feel, it often comes out as a more repeatable movement rather than them playing around with kind of thinking, oh, here, then out. So really good way of doing this as well. You can get your club against your shoulders here. I've got mine just off because I've got a mic on my shoulders. Turn up to the top, keep that club up there for a bit longer as you push into that lead foot, and then try and get it out to hit the ball. Give this a go on the range. What will happen at the beginning, like I say, do this with a lofted iron, or I'm using my driver just because I feel I can do this movement. But if you're feeling a little bit anxious at the start, use a more lofted club. But what you're going to find at the beginning, you're going to hit a few tops, few duffs, you're going to hit some wild shots, because if you change a sequence, something that for many golfers is so, it's kind of in the subconscious part of their brain, then like they just get thrown. It's like they lose their balance. But after a few shots, they start working out some feels for it. They start finding the face, they start hitting some better shots. And what they always do, generally, if this clicks, is they change the club path. And if you change your club path, you generally change your shape of shot. And this is something I would work into practice swings on the course, again, to try and reiterate a feeling from a range out onto a golf course that works. and then hopefully you'll be able to send some drives or 9 shots down there in a much straighter fashion. Look forward to seeing you next week, everybody.